part two of this weird "You're Gonna Find Love and Get Married" reading that I was talking about in part one. So I've had a little think, and I'm thinking that perhaps the change, the turning, the change in the wheel of fortune is, rather than a change of fortune for me, it's just there's been a change in my perception, especially towards the traditional views I held on love and marriage, which I had for years and years, and through my childhood and most of my adult life, that everyone needs to find a partner, everyone needs a significant other, and that's quite a big change, to go from feeling everyone is incomplete unless they have a significant other. And it really did used to feel strange to me to see someone who was single long term and had chosen that. I've come a long way from that sort of concept to where I am now, thinking and understanding and not needing anyone myself. So that's the big change against from my traditional conformist view of love and marriage. And I think, as I said previously, not needing to be in a relationship and that lovely perfect dance with someone. I'm more focused on my own adventures now. The flightiness of the Knight of Wands sort of depicts this sense I have that I don't really want to be in a long-term relationship. I just want to keep moving. I want to find new adventures. I certainly don't mind getting the odd crush on someone, but I don't know if I even want to take things any further. I'm on my own quest now. I'm moving away from the whole idea of hooking up with someone, love and romance, which is why this disturbed me so much. These two I've had a trouble with, because usually, like, you see the lovers, the union of man and woman, connected to the Empress. The Empress is like the nurturing life giver. She's used most spreads, most decks would have her pregnant. She's not obviously pregnant here, but it's usually, you see the lovers, or a union of man and woman creates new life, new birth, a child. But I'm thinking that the lovers is also a sign of choice. Initially, the lovers cards was more about choice, and I think it's sort of saying that I've chosen, rather than the old idea I had of needing to have a significant other, a perfect partner, a relationship. The nurturing and growth that I'm more aimed for, that I'm more focused on now, is nurturing of my own creativity and growth, that self-growth, self-love, the greatest love of all. And that gives me the sense of freedom that's depicted in the flight of the birds there. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to hold it up. It doesn't always work, but there's birds in flight. These look to me like some sort of crow, ravens, which are often a symbol of truth and honesty. But anyway, yeah, I think it's sort of more the nurturing and the growth and the abundance is what I want to be pouring into my creative projects, myself, And I don't think that's. I think, well, what I'm saying is I think that's to me is the most contrived interpretation, moving away from what it blatantly is. And judgment, again, I think it pretty much stays the same as I first read it in part one, that it's a calling, but not to be in a relationship, not to find a Knight of Cups, a spark of love or anything. I think, well, to be honest, when I look at it, you know, this particular judgment, it's not people coming out of the coffins as always. This is the Llewellyn deck, and it's very Arthurian. It's about this depicts the knights of the Round Table that went to sleep, and they wait for the bugle. I don't know again if you can see it there, but that guy there, he's going to blow the bugle and wake them up, and that's their summoning, their call to continue the good fight. Now, it makes me think of how dead I felt inside. I've come out of a long period of depression, and it wasn't the sort of tearful depression that most people talk about. It was like I just felt dead. I had no emotion. I had no sorrow, no joy, and certainly I had nothing in the way of falling in love, because I had no emotions. Now I feel like I'm awakening up from that, and I've started to get crushes on people and fantasizing about romance, but only on a very trivial way, only on a very trivial level. It's all just, you know, frothy. It's just fun, and it has no depth, and I know that, and I'm happy with that. So that's the Knight of Cups, is like this romance. It's sincerely felt, and it's intense, and it's it may have its own sort of depth in a way, but it's just trivial. It doesn't mean anything in the end, and I think that's what the connection is there. As I'm waking up from feeling nothing, I'm starting to feel things. I'm starting to get a crush on someone every now and then. It blows away because it has no substance. But having said all that, I think really that I'm just manipulating this spread to be what I want it to be, so that it's not what it blatantly is. So perhaps I should think about doing another spread, just exploring what love is to me, romantic love is to me, and where I am with regards to that. It's sort of like Why Am I Still Single spread. I think it sort of made me realise I have a lot of stuff to work through, especially when I see at the bottom of the deck we got the devil. Which in relationship spreads is a red flag. It sort of implies a toxic relationship, an unstable relationship. I mean, because the devil card is a big card of instability, and usually it has the horned one would have the male and the female figures, very much like what were the lovers, but they'd be chained and they'd be trapped. This is a very soft version of the horned one, but it's still the devil card. And in a relationship spread, it implies toxicity. It could also be implying now that the only aspect of romance I sort of am interested in at this moment is just very physical. Not that you can be physical with someone you've got a crush on who's just a YouTuber or a singer or a fictitious character in a book or in a film. So I think it's sort of bringing up a bit of a flag to me on my concept of relationships, because that's gone from feeling that relationships are a beautiful and important part in a person's life to feeling that it's a facade, it's a trap, and it's toxic. So that needs working through by me. You see here, 9 of Pentacles. This is a woman an independent woman. This is how I want to be. She's worked hard. She's nurtured and grown these crops. She's tamed the beast. She's secure in her own self. And as I was talking in part 1, in her power. Not that I'm, this is a pentacle card. It's more about material security, and I think this spread is more an emotional one, on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, if you will. So I'll just finish it off with a little oracle card to see if there's anything else, any other enlightenment that I can get from this. And I suppose I should give you a quick overview here. So the Wheel of Fortune, the changes within me. It's a move away from my traditional views of what marriage and love and partnerships were all about, and how important they were to quest for my own creative adventure on my own, and exploring my creative sides, and where I can go, what I can do with that. Just looking for adventure, really, and moving away from the idea of needing to be in, having moved totally from the sense that completion is with a good unity of a man and woman, to being within my own power and realizing I can nurture myself and my creativity, my own life as it is, what I can do is more important. My creative drive is more important now, and understanding that although I get the odd crush now and then, it's because having moved away from being depressed to being more balanced and feeling more alive, having had this awakening, I can feel again, and I am intrinsically romantic, so I do enjoy having a crush on the odd person. And then the flag that my view on relationships is it's not fair on everyone else. I mean, it's not fair. Relationships are great. Marriage is good, and it's lovely to find love. It's not always an imbalance of power and manipulation and an illusion that you get trapped in because you're blinded by the first passionate moments of love, when everything is seen through a rose-tinted glasses. Anyway, so let's see what if there's anything else that I can see in the cards. Oh, okay, we'll take that one. It's popping out. trust in higher forces. Shaman. The shaman moves between the planes. You know, like the material world and the spirit world. And that's where he gains, when he goes to the Akashic field, he gains wisdom, insight, knowledge. Oh, yeah, I suppose you could say, if you want to, after all that, it's sort of saying, well, trust in higher forces, trust in what you saw first. Fuck you, gods. Oh no. I'm not going to find love. I don't want it. I'm not looking for it. And it's impossible because I don't socialise in that level in any capacity. But it's a very kind thought, universe, that I will find love and have romance. It's very sweet of you. Yeah, I'll trust in higher forces. Yeah, so that's totally... I should never have drawn that card. It's totally undone everything that I spent a couple of hours really pondering over. I will, at some later point, do a couple of readings exploring where I am with this whole romantic thing. I mean, I can't believe it's coming up to be such a big issue. You know? It's just love. Anyway, I shall leave you with that thought, and God bless you all till we meet again.